course where you will learn to beat free rolls, and free rolls are, yeah, they don't really look for what they're doing. Okay, now we're in. Let's see. Just want to check out the. Oh, okay. Microphones sounds good. So yeah, we're up here. That's fine. I hope the sound is fine as well. Of course, just want to make sure. Maybe this is better now. Yeah, so we had a second audio in. So now everything is set up, and yeah, we can start with the presentation, guys. So let's jump into it. And as said, always ask me if you have any questions of whatsoever, even if it's something about something else. I'm here to answer you and to answer everything to you. And yeah, so of course, as in the last webinars, just make sure to stay here and hear everything at the end. And we have our course available as I said earlier, but we have this group course, and I will tell you about everything at the end of the presentation. But let's now jump into today's topic a bit more. And as you see, we will talk about satellites. So how to win big tournaments playing microstakes or playing yeah, just playing low stakes. We I will tell you about how to play satellites, what it is, and how to play them. And yeah, we'll tell you about some difference between normal tournaments and satellites. What the big differences are here. How to play satellites, because if you not know it yet, there is a pretty big difference in how to play it between this and normal tournaments, and also tell you a bit about live and online satellites, because there's yeah different prizes to be won most of the time. So let's jump into it. See, as I said. Okay, okay, one more calf. So um, satellites. How your bankroll is probably most of the time, if you play low and micro stakes, which means you play probably an average of two, three, maybe $5, $6. And it does not really allow you to take shots and play bigger MTTs. And with bigger MTTs, even though $55 is mostly mid stakes, I talk about, of course, the big ones. So let's say the $109 Sunday Million, or the Party Poker Million that's up now for $215. And yeah, it's just not possible to play those tournaments on a regular basis. If there's a big guarantee, if it's a birthdays, yeah, like a birthday tournament this time, the anniversary Sunday Million or whatnot. Maybe now, for example, the Micro Millions main event and stuff. You can, of course, sometimes take shots, but in general, you can't really play them. And satellites, they give you an opportunity to win big amounts for little money, because then you can get into the big tournaments and already min cash. Let's say if you play a $215 tournament and you qualified maybe with $5, let's say, uh, yeah, min cash there already gives you like $400, which is 80 times the amount you paid by playing the satellite. So that's already a huge tournament. And in general, if you play like $2, $3 tournaments, like a min cash in a big tournament might always already be like a top three finish in one of the smaller tournaments, right? So of course it's harder because you have to run deep in two tournaments in a row. but still, you can just do a little lot. And yeah, as you see, you can qualify for those tournaments mostly starting from $1. There are some steps you can play for that. I think on Party Poker you can play like some small steps, and if you win the first one, you get into the second tournament, and there you can then win away into in the main or into a third one. And of course, it takes more time, and you have to do pretty good in a lot of tournaments then, but it's just so nice if you then make it, right? And yeah, as said, like poker rooms, they have different ways. You have step tournaments, you have direct satellites, you can also play for packages. When we later talk about live satellites for live tournaments, then I will tell you what packages mean. And yeah, then they mostly have tournaments where there are seats guaranteed. And I think therefore a pretty nice example are the party poker satellites right now. So you have this tournament dollars you can win, and with that you can just build up your bankroll and play tournaments with that, or you can play live tournaments with it. And because they guarantee the seats, so for example, last weekend, or during the week, I played like there's an $11 tournament that guarantees 10 times $100 in tournament dollars. But in the end, we only had 80 players, so there were only $800 in the middle, but it guaranteed 1,000. So there was an overlay, which means that they have to pay the guaranteed amount, but they did not reach the amount. So Party Poker had to pay the rest on top, which is pretty nice. And then you even get more value for what you have. And yeah, what the differences here are, I will go through in more detail. So I know it's a lot of text, but I will go through it piece by piece and make it easy to understand. So let's imagine you play in a $1 buy-in satellite tournament. The winner, so only the first place, receives $109 in buy-in as a ticket. So the tournament gets 100 entries, and the prize pool is therefore. Oh, sorry, that was a small. It was an $11 tournament. Sorry guys for that. Um, Let me quickly change that back here. Give me a sec, guys, because we don't want that to happen here. Okay. Okay, guys, that's easier now. So you see, just missed out on that. So you see, we have the $11 buy-in tournament, and first to 10th place received the $109 buy-in as a ticket. The tournament gets 100 entries, and you see then if you multiply it 100 times 10 is only $1,000, but because they guaranteed 10 tickets, they have still the $1,090 in the prize pool. If you think about it, in a normal tournament, you see if there's the prize pool of $1,090. First place would probably, in most cases, they get between 10 to 20%. If it's only 100 entries, then probably more towards 20%. So the winner would get roughly between 150 or $200. And second place would then get like quite roughly half of it, and so on and so forth. So the min cash would be something like $20, and then if also from 100 entries only 10 players are paid, so as you see, like it's like $20 for 10th place, then you get 36 for ninth, and so on and so forth until everything is divided up. In that way, you only have like the bubble play, of course, because you want to get into the money, but then there's a big difference between coming 10th and first. In a satellite though, because also the maximum you can win is the entry fee, the first place will get the $109, but the second until the 10th place would also get the exact same price. meaning there is no need for being first place when there's 10 people left. It's the only thing you need to be is 10th place when there are 10 people left, because then you make it to the ticket. And always, if you have any question, let me know. Okay. I see no further questions so far. By the way, nice that you all made it. I really enjoy that. And so the thing is that to know this and to recognize this means a lot. As I said, you don't need to win all the chips. All you have to do is to make it into the top 10 with just one chip, and you get the same price as the current chip leader that might be sky high, having a million chips, as in this example. And also, if you have a ton of chips and you have 11 people left, you actually don't need to play any hand. It's really hard then, of course, if you just have 10th or even 11th place chips, because then you probably need to double up, or if you're 10th, you need to hope that the 11th place is either so far behind you that even if he doubles up, he doesn't have enough chips, or that he's getting it in before you and loses the hand. And as you see here again, just a small example where you can see first three players just get an entry and it says like entry, and on the other side you have different payouts where it doesn't make sense, and you see like between third and first place there are over $200 in difference, and here it's the same for the first three, and him basically bubbling, and this might have been like an $11 satellite as well. You see that he just gets a small price back, but the entry fees of course way higher, and here you see the differences are quite big in the end. Now, how to approach those kinds of tournaments. So, if when it begins, of course, you can just play it as any other MTT here. There's no big difference. You just try to build a stack and yeah, progress in the tournament. As you see, if there's 100 players, as from my example, in the tournament, and 10 get a ticket, then there's 90 players that need to bust before that. And when it starts with 100, so let's say there's no late registration, and there's 100 players in there, then you need to have like 10 times the stack. So which is also a pretty nice tip, I think, for you. Just see what the average is when you reach the tickets. So let's say you have 10,000 chips and there's 100 entrances, meaning 100 times 10. So there's uh, 10,000 times 100 times 10,000. So you have a million chips in there. You see 100 times 10,000, you have a million chips. And because 10 get a ticket, the average will be 100,000 chips at the end. So as you can see here. Now, as seen, sorry guys, now you only have to have 10,000 chips at the end, 100,000 chips in the end, which is 10 times your starting stack. So you can just play normally as said, just in any other MTT. But when it starts to approach the money, then it's really important to, first of all, not take any close spots. If you like, you don't need to flip for like, let's say 130,000 chips when you're at 65,000, or let's say you're at 80,000 chips and another guy goes all in for 65, and you have maybe tens, and you're pretty, and because he four bet shoved, so you can be pretty sure he has at least ace king. If it's for example a PKO tournament, so a bounty tournament, there's actually not much of a different play than to call this, because you will have your 50% a lot of time, and versus the range, you will look pretty good in general, and because of the bounty, your equity is even higher, and so on. So it's an easy call. In the satellite, however, you see that currently you might be in third place, and the opponent is in 11th place. So there's just no need for you to risk so many chips. When you still have, let's say in this example I put here, you have still 30 players left. You're currently third place, and the other guy is in 11th. So you really, really don't need to take those flips then, because you are in a pretty good space for now, and you will have better options. And we will go into the different style of plays then with different kinds of stacks you're having. And as you see, it depends on your stacks. And if you are able to, oh, sorry guys, I hit the sound for a second. I hope that was not too long. Okay, it's working here now. So yeah, guys, just make sure here you can hit the link in the description below. And for the masters of the free roll, you will get, as I said, you'll have the 4 videos of me explaining everything. Then you will also have 4 quizzes. We call it like homework, where you will just re relive the things I tell you during the videos uh, during a quiz, and just to make sure that you remember everything, because if you see it once in the video, you might not remember everything, and if you not write down everything, for the working in this quiz, it will just help you a lot, because then you have to remember it, and if you got the question right one time by knowing it, you will not forget it, and that will help you in the long run to just master those free rolls in the end, and yeah, make some money without even investing anything. So make sure to yeah, go either for the free roll course, or if you're already playing a bit but you want to make more money, go for this course that offers, as said, all the different group courses, plus the pre-flop charts, plus the personal trainings with me or with one of our coaches. And yeah, other than that, thanks again for today, guys, for watching. I hope you learned some stuff again. Whenever you have some questions, still let me know. I will answer all the things on, yeah, on the YouTube comments, or later you can also write on Facebook or Instagram, whatever you want, and we will help you with all this stuff. But that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel to not miss out on the next videos. And one more thing from me, next Thursday, so in 2 days already, I will have my next gaming stream here on YouTube and on Twitch. We will again go for big tournaments. So if you've seen the last one 2 weeks from almost 2 weeks ago, we won the Big 11 for 3.3K, which was awesome. And yeah, let's just do that again. Have a long stream, have an enjoyable stream with you guys. And I hope to see you on Thursday. We'll start at 2 p.m. I will remind you on our Instagram account, of course, but for those watching now, just have it in mind, 2 p.m. on Thursday, we will start with another gaming stream. I'll be playing some PokerStars and Party Poker tournaments. I will also, because on PokerStars, I can't play satellites, but on Party Poker, I can. So I will definitely show you some satellites from Party Poker to, yeah, to just repeat the stuff I just said and show you everything again this time while playing it, to see that it really works the way. And you will see some folds. Just last time I folded kings and queens on the bubble just because it doesn't make sense, and you're not winning enough chips uh, to make this profitable play when you just need to get into into the ticket zone. So yeah, and again, that's it now for today. I'm done with talking. We'll see you on the next video, guys. Ciao.